Have you ever found yourself lying in bed, staring at the ceiling, wondering why sleep seems to slip further away the older we get? Maybe you used to fall asleep as soon as your head hit the pillow, but now it feels like your mind starts racing the moment the lights go out. Or perhaps you drift off easily, only to wake up at 2 a.m., eyes wide open, with no idea why. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. As we get older, sleep doesn't always come as effortlessly as it once did. But here's the good news: it's not something you have to accept as just another part of aging. Poor sleep isn't something you should ignore or just live with. In fact, improving the quality of your sleep can have a powerful ripple effect on almost every part of your life. From better memory and sharper focus to more energy during the day and even improved mood, it all starts with getting a good night's rest. Today, I want to have a real conversation with you, not about sleep from a textbook, but about sleep as it affects you. We'll talk about simple, doable changes you can make to finally feel rested again. And don't worry, you won't need any fancy gadgets or expensive supplements. What we're going to explore are gentle habits, little shifts in your daily routine that can bring your nights back into balance and help you wake up feeling like yourself again. So let's begin with something many of us don't even realize is affecting our sleep light. You see, our bodies have this natural internal clock called the circadian rhythm. It tells us when to feel sleepy, when to wake up, when to eat. It's like a conductor guiding your whole system through the day. And one of the most powerful tools that keeps this rhythm in sync is light. But here's the catch: too much light at the wrong time, or too little light when you actually need it, can throw everything off. Think about it. How often do you start your day sitting in dim light, especially during winter? Or spend your evenings bathed in the glow of a television or tablet screen? These things send mixed signals to your brain. Your body thinks it's still daytime when it's not, or it doesn't get enough of the bright daylight to know when to stay alert. Over time, the confusion builds, and your sleep pays the price. One simple but powerful habit you can try is to get outside in the morning light, yes, even just for 10 or 15 minutes. You don't need to run or do anything strenuous. Just step outside, sit by the window, or take a gentle walk around your yard or neighborhood if you're able. Morning light is like a reset button for your body's sleep-wake cycle. It tells your brain, okay, the day has started, and that signal helps you feel more alert during the day and sleepier when night falls. It's nature's own sleep medicine. Now, on the flip side, we also need to be more mindful of the light we expose ourselves to in the evening. After the sun goes down, try to ease into a softer, warmer atmosphere. That means dimming the lights a little, turning off screens an hour before bed, or using a small lamp instead of the overhead light. It might sound small, but the difference it makes to your brain can be huge. That warm, cozy lighting tells your body it's time to wind down, and the natural production of melatonin, the hormone that helps you sleep, can start to do its job. Now, let's talk about something else that doesn't always get enough attention: routine. When we were children, we had bedtime routines: brush your teeth, maybe a bedtime story, lights out at a certain time. And guess what? Our bodies loved that predictability. But somewhere along the way, especially after retirement, many of us lose that rhythm. We start staying up later, napping during the day, or eating meals at odd hours. And before we know it, our internal clocks are completely confused. Creating a simple evening routine can be incredibly comforting, not just physically, but emotionally too. It can help ease anxiety, settle the mind, and prepare your body for rest. And it doesn't have to be complicated. Maybe it's making a cup of warm chamomile tea, putting on your favorite soft music, stretching gently, or reading a few pages of a book that brings you peace. Whatever helps you feel calm and safe, do that, and try to do it around the same time every night. Sticking to a regular bedtime and wake-up time even on weekends can also make a huge difference. Your body thrives on rhythm, and the more consistent you are, the easier it becomes to fall asleep and wake up feeling refreshed. If you've ever had a pet, you've probably noticed how they always seem to know when it's time to eat or go to bed. That's their internal clock at work. And we humans have one too. We just need to give it the signals it needs. Let's also take a moment to talk about something that doesn't get enough credit when it comes to sleep: comfort. And I don't just mean your mattress, though. That's certainly important. I'm talking about the whole sleep environment. Is your bedroom a place that invites rest, or does it feel a little chaotic? Is the temperature too hot or too cold? Are there noises that keep you on edge? A peaceful sleep environment is more than just nice sheets and a fluffy pillow. It's about creating a space that feels safe and nurturing. Try to keep the room quiet, dark, and cool. If outside noise is a problem, white noise machines or even a simple fan can help. Blackout curtains or an eye mask can make a world of difference if streetlights or early sunrises wake you up too soon. And if aches and pains keep you tossing and turning, adding a body pillow or adjusting your sleep position can reduce pressure on joints and muscles. Sleep is not a luxury, it's a basic human need. And when we treat it as such, when we give it the respect and attention it deserves, the results can be life-changing. There's something deeply healing about a night of true rest. It's not just about energy. It's about feeling like yourself again, feeling calmer, more present, more capable of enjoying the things and people you love. Because when you sleep better, everything starts to look a little brighter the next day. Now that we've looked at how light, routine, and your sleep environment can work together to support your rest, we can now look at another area that often gets overlooked when it comes to sleep: what we eat and when we eat it. You might not immediately connect food and sleep, but the truth is, your eating habits have a powerful effect on how well you rest at night. For example, eating a heavy meal too close to bedtime can keep your digestive system working overtime when your body should be winding down. That extra activity can lead to discomfort, heartburn, or just a general restlessness that makes it harder to fall asleep. Instead, think about giving your body a gentle cutoff time. Try finishing your last meal at least 2 to 3 hours before you plan to go to bed. That gives your stomach time to do its job and allows your body to begin the natural transition toward rest. If you do feel a little hungry closer to bedtime, a light snack like a banana, a handful of almonds, or a small bowl of oatmeal can actually help. These kinds of foods contain nutrients that support the production of sleep hormones like serotonin and melatonin. And here's something else to keep in mind. Caffeine and alcohol can be sneaky sleep disruptors. We often think of caffeine as something that just keeps us awake in the moment, like that late afternoon cup of coffee. But did you know caffeine can linger in your system for up to 8 hours? That means even if you have a cup at p.m., it could still be affecting your ability to fall asleep when the clock strikes 10. Alcohol, on the other hand, may feel like it helps you doze off faster, but it actually interferes with the quality of your sleep. It can make you wake up more often during the night and leave you feeling groggy or unrefreshed in the morning. So while an occasional glass of wine with dinner isn't usually a problem, relying on alcohol to help you sleep can backfire in the long run. Now, let's talk about something that touches many seniors, but often goes unspoken: the racing thoughts and worries that seem to show up just as your head hits the pillow. Sound familiar? It's like the moment the world gets quiet, your mind suddenly decides it's the perfect time to review every little detail of your day, your past, your future. The bills, the doctor's appointment, the friend you haven't heard from. And once those thoughts start spinning, falling asleep can feel nearly impossible. One way to ease this mental chatter is by creating a simple habit of unwinding your mind before bed. Think of it as giving your brain permission to step away from the to-do list and move into a state of calm. Some people find that writing in a journal helps. Just a few minutes to jot down what's on your mind or what you're grateful for. Others might enjoy a short guided meditation, deep breathing, or listening to calming music or nature sounds. You don't have to be an expert in mindfulness or meditation to benefit from this. Even sitting quietly for 5 minutes, breathing deeply, and gently shifting your focus away from worries can signal to your body that it's safe to rest. It's like telling yourself, it's okay to put things down for now. Now, I want to gently bring up another factor that plays a huge role in sleep: movement. It might sound strange to talk about exercise in a video about better sleep, but getting the right kind of movement during the day can help your body sleep more deeply at night. Think of your energy like a glass of water. If you don't pour anything out during the day, you'll still feel full when it's time to rest, and that can make it harder to relax. Regular movement, whether it's a morning walk, light gardening, stretching, or gentle yoga, helps regulate your sleep-wake cycle. It uses up some of that physical energy in a positive way and gives your body a clearer signal when it's time to slow down. You don't need to do anything intense or exhausting. Even a daily 20-minute stroll can be enough to make a difference over time. And here's something interesting: movement during the day doesn't just help you fall asleep faster. It also improves the quality of your sleep. You'll spend more time in the deeper, more restorative stages of sleep, which means you wake up feeling more refreshed and less stiff or sluggish. Of course, if you have health conditions or limited mobility, it's always a good idea to talk to your doctor about what kind of movement is safe for you. But know this: movement is not about performance or pushing yourself. It's about tuning into your body and giving it what it needs. Now, speaking of tuning in, there's something deeply important I want to acknowledge here. Sometimes the difficulty sleeping isn't just about light or food or habits. Sometimes it's about something deeper: loneliness, grief, anxiety, or even depression. And these things don't just go away when the sun sets. If you're going through a difficult season, maybe you've lost someone you love, maybe you're feeling isolated, or maybe you're simply carrying a quiet sadness you can't quite name, please know that you're not alone, and that these feelings are not signs of weakness. They're human, and they deserve care. Poor sleep can be both a symptom and a cause of emotional distress. So if you've been struggling for weeks or months, waking up in the night with a heavy heart, or finding it hard to relax even when you're tired, it might be time to talk to someone about it. A trusted friend, a counselor, or your doctor. There is real strength in asking for help, and sometimes just sharing what you're feeling is the first step toward healing. You deserve rest, not just physically, but emotionally too. And while there's no magic formula that guarantees perfect sleep every night, small steps taken with intention can add up to something powerful. You're not trying to be perfect. You're learning to listen to your body, to create an environment that supports rest, and to treat yourself with the same kindness you'd offer a loved one. As we move forward, let's keep that spirit with us: the belief that change is possible, that rest is worth pursuing, and that it's never too late to feel better, is something I hope you carry with you as we continue. Because no matter how many restless nights you've had in the past, tonight is a new opportunity. And sometimes it just takes one small shift to begin changing your whole relationship with sleep. Let's talk now about your evening routine. You see, how you spend the last hour or two before bedtime can either gently guide you toward rest or quietly build tension that makes sleep harder to come by. That's why creating a calming evening ritual, something simple, comforting, and consistent, can be one of the most powerful things you do for your sleep. Think of it like winding down a music box. You don't just slam the lid shut and expect silence. You turn the key slowly, let the music fade, and give the moment time to settle. In the same way, your body and mind need a transition from the pace of the day to the stillness of night. Start by choosing activities that tell your brain, "We're done for today." This could be dimming the lights around the house, turning off bright screens, or sipping a warm, non-caffeinated drink, like chamomile tea. Maybe it's a short phone call with a loved one, a crossword puzzle, or even just sitting by the window to watch the evening sky. One of the most helpful things you can do is to go to bed and wake up around the same time every day, even on weekends. I know it might sound simple, but this consistency helps your internal clock stay in rhythm. It tells your body when to start producing melatonin, the hormone that makes you feel sleepy. When your body knows what to expect, it learns how to prepare for sleep naturally. Now, let's talk about your bedroom itself. This space should feel like a sanctuary, a place that invites you to relax, not stress out. If your room is too warm, too noisy, or cluttered, your body might not fully settle, even if you feel tired. Try making small adjustments that turn your room into a sleep-friendly environment. Lower the lights in the evening. Keep the temperature cool but comfortable. Use blackout curtains or an eye mask if outside light is a problem. Some people find a white noise machine or a gentle fan helps block out distracting sounds and makes it easier to drift off. And don't underestimate the power of a good pillow or mattress. If you wake up with aches and stiffness, it might be time to update your bedding. Your comfort matters, and investing in your sleep is really an investment in your overall health and energy. At this point, you might be thinking, this all sounds good, but what if I wake up in the middle of the night and just can't fall back asleep? That's a very common experience, especially as we get older. First of all, don't panic. Waking up once or twice during the night isn't necessarily a sign that something is wrong. Our sleep naturally changes with age, and it's not uncommon for people to sleep in shorter cycles. What matters is how you respond when it happens. If you lie in bed, staring at the ceiling and stressing out about the fact that you're awake, your body tenses up, and that tension makes it even harder to fall back asleep. Instead, try this. Stay in bed, take a few slow, deep breaths, and gently bring your attention to the present moment. Maybe focus on the sound of your breath, or imagine a peaceful scene like a quiet beach or a forest path. If after 15–20 minutes you're still wide awake, it might actually help to get out of bed and do something calming in low light, like reading a few pages of a familiar book, stretching gently, or listening to soft music. Avoid turning on bright lights or checking your phone, as that can trick your brain into thinking it's morning. Once you feel sleepy again, head back to bed and try again. It's all about removing the pressure. Remember, your body wants to sleep. Sometimes it just needs your support instead of your frustration. And one more thing, be kind to yourself. Not every night will be perfect. Even with the best habits in the world, we all have nights when sleep doesn't come easily. What matters is not perfection, but progress. Some of the most meaningful improvements happen gradually, almost quietly. Maybe you start waking up just a little more refreshed, or you notice you're feeling calmer in the evenings. These small victories matter. They add up. And more than anything, I want you to know this. Improving your sleep isn't just about feeling rested. It's about reclaiming your energy, your clarity, and your joy. When you sleep better, everything else gets just a little easier: your mood, your memory, your ability to connect with others. Even the aches and pains feel a bit lighter when you've had a good night's sleep. So wherever you are in your journey, whether you've been struggling for years or just started noticing changes, Give yourself grace. You're not behind. You're not broken. You're simply human, and that means you're always capable of healing, of learning, and of growing stronger. Now, before we wrap up, let's touch on something that's often overlooked, but deeply important: the connection between sleep and emotional well-being. As we age, it's not uncommon to experience changes in mood, occasional anxiety, or even periods of loneliness. These emotions, though completely valid, can quietly interfere with our ability to sleep. It's hard to drift into rest when your mind is racing or your heart feels heavy. So instead of trying to push those feelings away, give them space. Sometimes writing down your thoughts in a journal before bed can help clear mental clutter. Or you might find comfort in saying a prayer, meditating, or simply sitting in stillness and acknowledging your feelings without judgment. The goal isn't to have a perfectly quiet mind, it's to create a space where your emotions can breathe and settle. And when you do that regularly, you'll likely find that sleep becomes less of a battle and more of a gentle return home to yourself. Let's also talk about movement. You might not immediately think of exercise when it comes to better sleep, but they are more connected than most people realize. Moving your body during the day, whether it's walking, gardening, swimming, or doing light stretching, can make it easier to fall asleep at night and stay asleep longer. You don't have to overdo it. In fact, just 20–30 minutes of gentle activity, especially earlier in the day, can help regulate your internal clock and burn off the kind of energy that might otherwise keep you tossing and turning. The key is consistency and choosing movement that feels good in your body. Listen to what it needs. Respect its pace. And one last factor to consider: your nutrition. Yes, what you eat and when you eat can influence how well you sleep. If you've ever gone to bed feeling bloated or overly full, you already know it can make sleep uncomfortable. Try finishing your dinner at least 2 to 3 hours before bedtime, and keep your evening meals light and nourishing. Certain foods may support sleep more naturally, like bananas, almonds, oats, and turkey. These contain nutrients like magnesium and tryptophan that encourage relaxation. And while it's okay to enjoy a cup of coffee or tea earlier in the day, try to avoid caffeine after mid-afternoon, as it can linger in your system longer than you might think. Some seniors also find that limiting alcohol in the evening helps. While it might make you drowsy at first, alcohol tends to disrupt the deeper stages of sleep later in the night, leading to more frequent waking. Hydration is important too, but sipping smaller amounts of water in the hour before bed can help reduce those midnight trips to the bathroom. In the end, it's really about creating harmony between your body, your mind, and your habits. And it's about making choices, day by day, that support rest instead of disrupting it. If there's one message I hope you take with you, it's this: improving your sleep is not about fixing something that's broken. It's about gently guiding yourself back to balance, about trusting that your body still remembers how to rest, and that with care, consistency, and patience, you'll find your rhythm again. You deserve deep rest. You deserve to wake up with energy and clarity. You deserve nights that restore you and mornings that feel hopeful. So as you begin putting these habits into practice, whether it's adjusting your evening routine, moving a bit more during the day, or simply showing yourself more kindness, I want you to remember, progress is enough. One good night can change everything, and more will come. If any part of this message spoke to you, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Have you found something that helps you sleep better? Or maybe you've just decided on the first step you want to try. Either way, feel free to share. Your story might help someone else feel a little less alone. And if this video brought you any sense of comfort or clarity, please consider liking it and subscribing to the channel. We're building a space here for support, encouragement, and wellness at every stage of life. Thank you for spending this time with me. May your night be peaceful, your dreams be kind, and your heart be at ease. Here's to living your best life rested, renewed, and ready for whatever comes next.